As we prepare to undertake a historic vote today that could chart a new direction for our fellowship, I thought it might be helpful to share a few touch points from the past, to join our hearts with the hopes and dreams of those who came before, and remember with gratitude that we are here today because of their courage and commitment. And I want to start with some reflections from Frank Bowman. He delivered a talk on April 8th, 1990, reflecting on the early years of the Unitarian community here in Durango. In his notes, he talks about the founding 4 members that met in 1961 or possibly 1962 to discuss the possibility for a Unitarian fellowship in Durango. Those 4 members were Dr. Frank Bowman, Polly Rogers, Jane Watts, and Paul Schuler. Reverend Orloff Miller helped support that group in the discernment process, and as a result of that meeting, they applied to the Unitarian Universalist Association in Boston to form a Unitarian fellowship. The Unitarian Fellowship of Durango was welcomed into membership with Unitarian Universalist Association in September of 1967 with an official charter of membership. For nearly 20 years, the fellowship met in the homes of members and then rented spaces at various locations in Durango. And as their needs changed and their hopes of growth took shape, they looked beyond and they looked forward. Then, in November 1982, something marvelous happened. With the leadership of Charles Archibald, Sharon Gordon, Pat Blair, and Jane Connor, the fellowship attained property at 848 3rd Avenue. They called it Unitarian House, and it marked a new day for Unitarian Universalism in Durango. Strategically placed on Church Row, it announced the importance of our faith in the wider religious community. Unitarian House was celebrated in several news articles in the Herald, and Charles Archibald, the congregation's chaplain, wrote in what appears to be a report to the congregation in early 1993, quote, "At last we have a location that is the Durango Fellowships alone, the first on the western slope of the Rockies, serving southwest Colorado. Those who have persevered in the quest, now investing their financial resources and otherwise putting action behind their brave words of commitment into the process of individual spiritual evolution, will remember 1982 as the year Durango UUs came of age." Indeed, they were brave and courageous, breaking new ground of commitment and possibility as their mission and vision blossomed. Hundreds of hours were spent cleaning, updating, renovating, and improving Unitarian House so it could serve as worship space, community space, and a place for children and youth to learn and grow. Unitarian House was also a multi-faith space. Quaker Friends and the Jewish Temple both held their services at Unitarian House. Social service agencies also found a home at Unitarian House. It was a home not just for Unitarian Universalists, but for the wider community. Our founding leaders had a vision for Unitarian Universalism, a vision that we continue to live into and embrace today. Unitarian House broke new ground of possibility for UUs on the Western Slope and the Four Corners. So it feels right that we should celebrate this theme of breaking new ground, this year's campaign theme, because it invites us to learn from our history. And over the next few weeks, we will continue to remember and reflect on our history, moments when brave leaders made bold choices, taking risks, so that Unitarian Universalism will thrive in the Four Corners. Our capital campaign is an invitation to honor the dreams of our ancestors and to meet this moment as we consider breaking new ground on a new building, a space and a place for our values to come alive, a place for our life-affirming and, yes, life-saving faith of love and justice to thrive and flourish. The hopes and dreams we inherit lead us to this moment, breaking new ground today for our shared future. This theme of breaking new ground also invites us to consider what will grow here, what tender seeds will sprout and break into the future against all odds. How do we ensure that we are loving and good stewards of that new future? How can we lean into hope and possibility, even if we don't have all the answers just yet? We do have seeds, we have water, and we have ground prepared for a season of growth and abundance. And we have the power of the love that lives at the center of our lives showing us the way, and the voices of our ancestors cheering us along. Over the next 6 weeks, you'll hear more stories about our fellowship, how we made this journey from 1967 to today, the journey from Unitarian House to the Smiley Building to 419 San Juan and this beautiful sanctuary. We will remember and be inspired by the courage of our members and friends that created this home for our principles and for our values. A home for connection and community, a place of love and belonging that doesn't run from the radical idea that we need not think alike to love alike. Today, John and Aline shared their dreams for us, the hope and the love that they have held close for a long time, that Unitarian Universalism would grow and thrive and continue to welcome people into our, and I'll say it again, life-affirming, life-saving faith of love and justice. Finally, as I was going through the archives of Frank Bowman, I found a newsletter from November 1982. At the bottom of the newsletter, Pat Blair, one of the original members of the fellowship, shared this message as an editorial. She writes, "I have nourished a dream in my heart for many years. And that dream is to see the liberal humanitarian movement become a dynamic vector in the Durango community. To those who have shared this vision, I will always remain humbled by indebtedness I feel now and always feel as I reflect on these days of our fragile beginning. These visionaries have pulled their energies and resources and given birth to Unitarian House. Now that an energy has been established, there is no limit to the possibilities, the pulsating drive of we functional Unitarians. Let us not forget that we are a people that say yes to each other, to the whispers of our ancestors, and the call of courage in challenging times. We are a people that hold uncertainty with love and tenderness, and we are a people willing to break new ground and build a future together. A people that yield to the call of this moment and succumb to the limitless possibilities among us. May it be so, and blessed be